What's going on, boxing fans? It's Julian Williams with The Distance. I got another video for you today. This one's my official prediction for this Tomasz Adamek versus Jason Estrada. This is a heavyweight matchup. I think it's 10 rounds. Takes place on February the 6th. Nobody's airing it here in America, so it might air in Poland. I think it will because Adamek gets good ratings out in Poland. A lot of people watch this fight with Galata, so I do think that he is fighting, and I think the fight's going to air in Poland, but I'm not sure if it's even going to air here in the United States. But it's actually a good test for Tomasz Adamek. One being that Jason Estrada has pretty good hand speed, and two, he's more of a boxer than than kind of a puncher. He's more of a boxer. He doesn't have many knockouts on his record. He has fast hands and pretty good boxing ability, solid boxing ability. So this is a good matchup. Jason Estrada, I believe, fought in the 2004 Olympic team. So he knows how. He has some skill and has some pretty good boxing ability. But in this fight, there's just a lot of. I think that this is one of those fights where one fighter has to take advantage of the flaws of the other fighter. Tomasz Adamek, as we all know, comes forward and pressures you. Doesn't give you any room and kind of smothers you. That's the type of fighter that Tomasz Adamek has always been. Tomasz Adamek, does a good job of pressuring and kind of zeroing in and going for the kill. Or just coming forward and not giving the fighter, the distance. But at times, Tomasz Adamek is very open to the left hand. As you've seen, in the Dawson fight and in the Briggs fight, he was open to the left hand. Dawson, sometimes would just fire off, a southpaw jab and follow with the left hand, and would catch Adamek every time. So for Jason Estrada in this matchup, he's in a way it's kind of Adamek's style is a bit tailor-made for his, but can Estrada take advantage of that? Because due to the fact that Adamek does have trouble guarding himself from the left hand, and Jason Estrada likes to fire off that left hand lead. He fires off the left hand lead, and his left hand lead will set up his combinations. But at the same time with Jason Estrada, his trouble with Jason Estrada is that he does get on the ropes quite a bit and doesn't even know how to fight on the ropes. So in a way, it does seem like he does get himself trapped into into these little uncompromising positions. Especially like sometimes he'll drive you to the ropes, but then you can easily turn him and he's on the ropes and you're firing your shots on him. But for Tomasz Adamek to win this fight, he has to stay in close with Jason Estrada. He doesn't want Jason Estrada to kind of maintain a distance in this fight. He wants to come forward, and he wants to and he doesn't even want the fight at the center of the ring. He wants this fight on the ropes. This is kind of the best way for Adamek to win is bringing the fight to Jason Estrada. If he gets Jason Estrada on the ropes and lands some clean hooks or lands a few combinations, it could win him this fight. If he just maintains, putting Estrada on the ropes, and on top of that, Estrada doesn't have the best overall lateral movement either. So I think that Adamek coming forward can distract or kind of mess up Estrada's game plan. Because Estrada does like to fire off the left hand lead, but if Adamek is close to him, he can't fire off the left hand lead, and he can't move, he can't get his combinations off, because Estrada doesn't really throw short shots. He throws a lot of his shots, they're not necessarily wide, but they're in between short and wide. Jason Estrada necessarily doesn't throw short shots, so I think that Adamek needs to capitalize on that, because I think a fighter who throws a lot of short shots and can get out of the way would give Adamek trouble. or a fighter that that's really on the move, could give Adamek trouble. But I just think that Adamek needs to cut off the ring and keep the fight, on the ropes. Keep the fight on the ropes. He doesn't want Estrada moving and controlling the fight with his jab, because if he controls it with his jab, then Estrada has the advantage. And with Jason Estrada has the advantage with the hand speed. Jason Estrada, like I said, likes to fire off that lead left. Firing off the lead left, and other than that, he needs to let his hands go in this fight. If he lets his hands go, it doesn't give Adamek time to time him and counter. If he lets his hands go, if he keeps a steady work rate, if he could stay away from the ropes, if he could just keep the fight at the center of the ring, if he could actually slip shots in this fight, if he could maintain a steady work rate, he could win this fight. Because Jason Estrada, does have pretty good hand speed. He does have good skill. He does have, he is a good overall, boxer rather than a fighter. He boxes with you. He doesn't necessarily exchange, but he likes to box. At times he does. The problem with Estrada though is there's times in later rounds he kind of faded. Against Povetkin that happened. He was tired in the later rounds, and you can't be tired in the later rounds against a Tomasz Adamek. You can't be tired in the later rounds because Tomasz Adamek is going to go for the kill. He's going to go for the kill when he smells blood. And when you're tired, Adamek is, that's where Adamek has the advantage if you're tired. Because Adamek is definitely going to go for the kill if you're tired, and and if you're overall slacking, Adamek takes advantage and fires, that slack and slow down. So and on top of that, he does need to kind of bring his left hand up because he does leave his left hand low, and I think sometimes it's to lure boxers in with that left hand so he can fire it off. But and at the same time, with Estrada, he does tend to kind of throw the same combination over and over again. But in this matchup, if I had to choose a winner for this matchup, I'm gonna go with Tomasz Adamek in this match. I think that Tomasz Adamek can. I think he'll probably start to kind of pour on around three or 4, and I honestly think that Tomasz Adamek can get Estrada with a few good shots to the body, and I think that Tomasz Adamek, coming forward, will distract Estrada a little bit. And on top of that, Estrada is actually, I think, upset with Adamek. I didn't read the story, but I did see a headline with Estrada being upset, saying Adamek disrespected him. So maybe we could see a different fight from Estrada that we're not used to seeing. But Estrada is no knockout puncher. He doesn't have the power to knock out or possibly even hurt Tomasz Adamek. Because he only has like 6 knockouts. I believe he only has 6 knockouts, and so I don't think he has the power to hurt Adamek, but he has the ability to outbox him. But if you go into a fight with a vengeance and you have no knockout power, you're in trouble. If he's going in with a vengeance, saying, "Hey, I'm going to outbox this guy," that's different. But 9 times out of 10, it's different than boxing. If you go in with a vengeance and because sometimes you're fighting a different fight than you're usually fighting, and it takes you out of your comfort zone. But me, I'm going to go with Tomasz Adamek. I'm going to say Tomasz Adamek, unanimous decision. But anyway, that was the distance. Thanks for watching. Peace.